The fact that the governments all across the world, they don't talk about the things that's put in place, like solar panels, those white propellers. Those things are affecting the weather. But it is a disservice to the people. Why don't the government all across the world have a problem with men, mere men, trying to alter natural life flow? You see, this is what they don't want us to do. Just sit for a moment and think. Why does not the government have a problem with mere men trying to alter natural flow of the weather? We have been taught there were 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. So when did that change, that it's not winter anymore, summer anymore, fall anymore, spring anymore, or winter is too much, spring is too much, fall is too much, summer is too much, so we must do something about it? Where did they get the inkling of a clue that if I build solar panels, these white propellers, that I can alter the weather? You get me? You got me? What gives them the clue that they can do that? Because we're not dealing with normal humans. We're dealing with intelligence from another planet. And they have come to realize that if they watch the patterns of something, they can program that something a different way. This is the only way you can get information to alter something, to change something, is if you watch it persistently, consistently, you see, diligently, systematically, repetitiously. This is how they're able to alter what is, by constantly watching the patterns and movement of life. And this is how they were able to watch the patterns and movements of the people. So once they found out how something goes, then they started messing with it to see how they can alter it without it being detected instantly, that others would go and do research and find out what they were doing. So this is why they always had a name for something. You get me? You got me? So it would throw people off. And the name is always something that's helping the people, but all the while the name that they say is to help the people is vice versa. It's to hurt the people so that they can use the people as guinea pig, use the planet as a guinea pig, like coronavirus. Corona. If you take the vowels out, you got crown. C-O-R-O-N-A. C-R-O-N. Crown. Because you can say it and it still don't have to have those vowels there. So they were altering our crown chakra during the pandemic, because the crown chakra is connected to the as above. This is our antennas on our hair, the sunshine connecting to the biggest organs on the body, the holes, you see? We have to understand the government is not saying anything about how the people are suffering. The governments are only trying to keep power. The governments are only trying to keep war going opposition going, chaos going, because there is a such thing as chaotic energy. The universe picks that up. That's the opposite of calm energy. We must have the both, but they want chaos more than calm. And whenever they want to put people in a space, they use chaotic energy. Drama, dramatic, fear, worry, lack. That's chaotic energy. So we have to ask ourselves, how are they able to put a solar panel and a white propeller out in fields, miles and miles of that stuff, and they can alter the sunshine, the wind, the rain, you see, the blooming of the flowers, the dying of the trees in the winter, because they watch the pattern. And this is what the solar panel does. It's directing the energy. It's affecting the atmosphere when they put them in certain places. It is not cold all the time in one area. Someone else may experience winter longer than other states, you see, and some states experience heat more. So what they're doing is altering it. So to get these entities off of this planet, they don't like the heat. You see, this is why you would see such things as China making an artificial sun. I mean, what's the need for an artificial one when there is a real one? See, they're trying to make it so confusing on this planet. Nobody will know what is real and what is fake. You see? Nobody will know what time of day it is and what time of day is not. Nobody will know what month it is and what month it's not. Just like with this eclipse. They are controlling all of the information. They have altered. They don't tell us they got 13. You see? They got 12, they tell us. So they have been messing with things for eons. We have so much work to do, but the only way we can beat these entities at their game, because the game is to manipulate energy. That's what the game of life is. Manipulate energy. Don't miss that. The game of life is about manipulating energy. So they're manipulating energy, and this is why they have power. So if we understand energy and how it can be manipulated, then we can find out how not to be manipulated by elevating the energy. Helping someone understand something from a different perspective. I went to go check in at the shop, and nobody was at the desk. And so I walked a little bit over and I seen somebody. I said, well, sir, he said he might be out there smoking. I'll give him a few minutes. So another fella came, and I was saying Grand Rising. They didn't comprehend that, okay? And so I said, well, how you doing today? And he said, I'm tired. So I said, tired doing what? He said, working. See what I'm saying? Why? We just robots. So you gonna let the job, I told him, have you tired? I said, well, where you going with your stuff, at the end of the road? He couldn't even comprehend what I was saying. You're doing all this work, but where you going with this stuff that he said far? To reword it and ask it another way. I said, well, what is the end of the road for you? He didn't even get that. The end of the road is death. So why, I told him, make yourself tired and exhausted for a job to leave the stuff here? I said, well, what is this thing that's making you to come on the job? See, we keep on neglecting that essence in us. And here come the man who was missing. Big, heavy set man. Could barely breathe. He out there smoking a cigarette. I said, Grand Rising to him. He did like that, hunched his shoulder. I said, well, that's the best you can do for life? You on top of the soil. And it's like they give into that heavy, low vibrational energy. So we have to say loving things, uplifting things to each other. You see what I'm saying? Happy, happy, joy things to lift our spirits up. Because the weight of the world is heavy, y'all. These people are doing so much heavy stuff, dark stuff that prevents us from